Welcome back. It's episode 2 of Why It Matters with Allie. I'm Allie Clifton. For those of you that may just be coming on board, please feel free to click on our pinned IG post introducing myself, as well as episode 1 of our 5-part series, Why It Matters with Allie, taking you inside an important conversation revolving around the capital campaign that began in 2024 to help fund a brand new facility for the YWCA in Van Wert, Ohio. And to be honest, it's truly a real talk about the YWCA's mission, its impact, and its future. So with that said, I'm thrilled to welcome in a very important piece to the puzzle, Betsy Hamman, who's in charge. She does a fantastic job working on the youth development programming with the YWCA. Side note before we get into it, Betsy and I went to school together. She was a year younger than me. We went all the way from elementary school through high school, of course. So to be joined with you to talk about such an important and exciting matter, Betsy, hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Good to be here.
Hi. Betsy, I know you're going to discuss the main youth programs that you guys have going on, of course, the impact of the new facility that it can have with the YWCA, as well as the goals in regards. Everyone wants to know why a brand new facility, the reach for the YWCA. So let's start with the main youth programs that you can share with us.
Yeah, so I would say our main youth program is our summer food program. We actually just finished this year's program about 2 weeks ago, and it was a big milestone for us. It was the 30th year of the summer food program. So obviously it's a very well supported and highly needed program in our community. Summer food program is an awesome program. It is a federal program. Can be found in communities nationwide. So also to kind of have that in our little Van Wert is a really a neat thing. What it is open to any child in Van Wert County. There's no type of income requirement or income eligibility or anything like that, but it is a 100% free program to any child in Van Wert County, and they receive breakfast and lunch at this program. The reason for the summer food program is to make sure kids are eating in the summertime. We know and at Van Wert City Schools alone, about 49 to 50% of the students are on free and reduced lunch during the school year. So that's about half of our students at Van Wert City Schools who may be experiencing some food insecurity, and we kind of bridge that gap in the summertime to make sure that they are still fed. But like I said, there is no type of income requirement for summer food, so anyone can come and anyone can be fed. What's neat that we do in Van Wert, though, and I think it's because we're a smaller community that we're able to do this, is we keep the kids between meals and we do enrichment activities with them. So the kids who come to us for the enrichment part are between the ages of 5 and about 6th or 7th grade. And they get to do just as much as we can possibly fill into 2.5 hours between meals. They do arts and crafts. They do games. We have had so many people and organizations in our community come to us to provide programming. So we have had people from the Wassenberg Art Center. The kids go to Camp Clay. We have had teachers come in. We have people read stories. We have the library. We try to fill as much of that time with fun, active, and educational programming as we can, because some of those kids do spend their entire summer with us. We let our staff know for some of these kids, we are their summer vacation, so we want to make it as fun and enjoyable as possible. So they're getting enrichment, they're getting activities, they're getting socialization, and they're getting breakfast and lunch. And for every child who attends, it is free of cost. So we're really proud of that program. It's grown and it's evolved, obviously, for 30 years. And personally, I worked at it in college. And now to kind of see it go full circle and be back running the program is really cool. I just can't stay away. It's a really awesome program, and I'm really proud of it.
How big are the groups, would you say?
So what we do is this year we had 157 kids registered. That doesn't mean they all came every day. That just means if you're registered, you can come. So on an average day, we saw between 50 and 80 kids come. And so we take all of those kids and split them into 4 groups by grade. So an average group has 15 to 20 kids in it on a given day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Obviously, it takes us to the next question, just in terms of the impact of a new facility that seems so obvious.
Yeah.
But how do you see that directly benefiting what you do on the daily with these children?
Well, since I started in 2020, since I've been in this role, the summer food program has not been at the YWCA. When I worked it in college, the program was here and we were bebopping all over the place, utilizing different spaces. But for the past now 5 summers, we have had our program off-site for 4 years. 3 or 4 years. It was held at the Godey building, the old Van Wert High School. And we sort of outgrew that space. And this past summer, we were at a church in town, Trinity Friends Church. So having a new facility allows us to run our program on our own site. I think that's the biggest piece. We are borrowing sites right now, and we're grateful to the community for opening their doors, because if they didn't, we wouldn't be able to hold the program. But we are ready to get it back in our own building, so that we can do all of the fun things we want to do. When you're borrowing space, you're very limited in what you're allowed to do, because people are also still running their school or their church or their business while they now have 80 kids running all over the place. So a new facility would allow us to open our own doors.
I heard you mention the word growth, and with growth comes evolvement. So
Yes.
having that all come together obviously is very important.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to the goals in regards to expanding the reach of the YWCA, finally, obviously, just forward thinking, I believe, is something very important and beneficial when investing and obviously giving back as you guys do. What's on the horizon for people to be aware of and have a sense of what to look forward to?
So briefly, what we hope to be on the horizon is to have an after-school program for students at Van Wert City Schools. Right now, there is not an after-school program for those kids, and I think of it more of just an extension of summer food. Summer food is a safe place for kids to go in the summer. After-school program is a safe place for kids to go when their parents are not home from work yet, whether it's for 30 minutes or 2 hours, whatever that looks like. So that is the hope that would come with this growth. There's a lot of conversations to be had about that, and definitely still in the early planning phases, but that is a hope that we do have.
I think the one thing is for sure, after listening to you in this conversation, having been a part of it for so long, you can just feel the love and the passion that you have and you pour in every single day, which is why obviously hearing your voice on this particular matter is very important. So thanks to you for being with us, Betsy. And just a reminder, every Tuesday for the next couple of weeks, we'll be dropping a new episode of our 5-part series, Why It Matters with Allie, a real talk about the YWCA's mission, impact, and its future. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.